y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you 3 amazing recipes. These are not only the easiest recipes to make, but they are the most delicious. They are some of my favorite foods ever in the entire world. One of them is actually like legendary in my family. I don't think my mom and I have ever been invited to a party by our friends and family and not asked to make bacon and cheese bites. It is like our thing. My mom and I like make them for every occasion, but I'm telling you, they are like melt in your mouth amazing. So I'm so excited to share these with you guys. It is actually the July 4th whenever we are filming this and making these, and we are taking them over to our friend's house later. We're gonna have a huge spread of food, so I will of course show you all of that as well. But let's go ahead and get cooking. So the first recipe that we are gonna make today is gonna be a spinach artichoke dip, and this is actually a recipe that was at a restaurant that used to be where we lived, and my mom was obsessed with it and asked the cook to give her the recipe. He did. My mom always makes this recipe and everyone loves it. The only thing that I am not including that they do is diced tomatoes and onion powder, only because I don't like either of those things. But if you want to add those in, by all means. But I have some cream cheese here. We are not making a huge batch, so I'm kind of like halving the recipe. So I have a block and a half, some frozen spinach, some garlic powder, Lowry's, heavy cream, hot sauce, salt and pepper, and then of course the artichokes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this in my little baby crock pot. I love this one because it is perfect for like dips. You don't have to have this huge thing to take everywhere, and we're actually going to our friend's house. So we're gonna pop everything in here, go to the pool, let this all melt together and get ooey gooey, and then I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I do want to let you guys know that I have had this cream cheese sitting out for a couple of hours so that it's room temperature. You do not have to do this. We just thought it would like melt a little bit faster. I got the quartered artichokes when I bought them, so I am going to go ahead and just chop them up a little bit. I don't want them to be too fine, but I also don't want to be eating quarters of artichokes. Okay, the recipe calls for a teaspoon of salt and pepper combined. So I'm just gonna put a few sprinkles in here. Y'all know me, I love to eyeball a recipe. It calls for 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of Lowry's. I'm not gonna put that much. I don't want it to be too salty, so I'm just gonna give it a sprinkle. A tablespoon of hot sauce. 1 pint of heavy cream, but I'm not gonna do that either. Y'all know me, I can't stick to a recipe. I'm just gonna put in what I feel like is a good amount, because the cream cheese is gonna soften too. Oh, Bunky says a little more. Okay, a little more. And then lastly, the spinach. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain that so that when I put it in, it's not so. Okay, I've got kind of everything mixed up in there. I just saw on the recipe, I forgot to add in, there's cayenne pepper as well. Why I don't know the exact measurements is because, let me see if I can show you. Oh, okay, hang on. So basically, well, it's not gonna focus, sorry y'all. Basically this is the recipe, and then my mom has like half of portions over here, and I don't know if this is like quite half portion, so I'm kind of just winging it, but I think it's all gonna taste good in the end. Anyways, it calls for like a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which I think is a lot, especially whenever I'm taking it for other people. I don't want it to be too spicy, so I'm just throwing in a sprinkle of it. And that's it. I'm gonna stir it up and then let it all just come together, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like in a little bit. Hey y'all, we are back from the pool, and it is time to get my second recipe going here. I'll show you the artichoke spinach dip. It looks incredible. It tastes incredible because I've already had like 4 bites of it. But right now I'm going to show y'all probably like my most requested, most asked recipe ever of life. And if you go to any party, baby shower, whatever, cookout, anything that you need to bring something to, I promise you, this is what you are going to want to bring. Now we cannot go anywhere without people asking us, are you bringing the bacon and cheese bites? So that is what I'm making right now. We're actually going up to our friend's house to like eat all this yummy food. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff at their house. So this is what I'm bringing. To make this recipe, literally so simple. You need a can of biscuits, but not just any biscuits. They have to be the layers. They don't have to be flaky layers, but they have to be Pillsbury layer biscuits. So I have a can of those, 1 block of cream cheese, 1 bag of real bacon pieces. You can use the bacon bits, but I promise they're not as good. I would get the bacon pieces. And then 1 bag of sharp cheddar cheese. And literally in this bowl, you're gonna mix together cream cheese, bacon, and cheese all together. And then I'll show you guys how I assemble it in here. I have this bag of flour and this little Pampered Chef tool because, fun fact, this actually used to be a Pampered Chef recipe. And I literally dump this into the bag of flour and then push down the biscuit layers so that they form into this little hole here and create enough space to add in the mixture. It's so simple, y'all. And then you just preheat the oven to whatever the can says. I think this says 400. Yes. And then bake them for however long the biscuits need. So 8 to 11 minutes, and that's it. So easy. And I promise it will be the most melt in your mouth, delicious bite of food you have ever had. Okay, so we added our entire block of cream cheese, and now I'm just literally adding an entire bag of the bacon. And then to that, I'm adding the entire bag of cheese. Literally that simple. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all together. If you're not afraid to get in there with your hands and do it, you might as well. Okay, cream cheese mixture is all mixed together. So this is what it should look like when it's done. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the layers apart in the biscuits and putting them in here. And then I'll show you guys how I use this little gadget to get the perfect little hole. Also, just so you know, if you do not have this gadget to use, you can of course just use your fingers to press in there. You could also like take the back of a spoon and kind of press it in as well. I just recommend putting a little flour on there. That way it doesn't stick to the dough. I do want to mention, if you can get more than 2 layers out of these biscuits, then definitely try. Some of them I can. See, this one I got it. If you can't, don't like break the biscuit because of it. Just use the 2. And then the other ones where you can pull another layer apart, just try and get extras there. Okay, so I have my little gadget, my bag of flour. Just kind of get it in there. And then they pull right out. And when they start to stick again, you kind of know like, okay, you need more flour. That one stuck a little. Okay, so you're just gonna get a little spoonful just like this and pop it in there. And then once I fill all of these, I will bake them like I told you guys on whatever the biscuit thing says. Mine says 400 for usually like, I would say 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, I was actually scared that I would run out of mixture, but I have a little bit left as well as a few biscuits. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up these last few. So the amount that I showed you with the size can of biscuits that I have should fill up an entire 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 of these mini tin muffin pan. By the way, I should have told you guys that. These are like the mini muffins, not the regular size. We also made these little ham and cheese on Hawaiian king roll sandwiches, and they are one of my favorite things ever. I have the recipe in another video, so I will link it down below, but don't those look so yummy? Okay, and for dessert, we are having what I call cookies on a cloud. Bunky's family calls it cookie fluff. You can call it whatever you want. But basically for this recipe, all you will need is a package of cookies, chocolate chip or whatever you prefer, I guess. A container of Cool Whip, a little bit of Hershey syrup. It calls for walnuts on top. We did not have any, but we do have these like Heath bits of Brickle toffee bites. So anyways, we thought that would be really yummy on top, so we're going to use those instead. And then it does call for some milk, which is what you are going to soak the cookies in for a little bit, let them get kind of soft, and then kind of layer everything. So let's get it. Also, as soon as you start seeing them kind of sink, that's when you know they are ready. So it just doesn't take long at all. And you're just gonna start layering them in your bowl. If they get too soft, they start to break, so try and get them before then. Okay, so now I have my tub of whipped cream that I'm gonna put on top. Talk about how easy this recipe is, y'all. As you'll see, I do about 2 or 3 layers, cookie and then Cool Whip, cookies and then Cool Whip. That was before we ran out of Cool Whip and had to make our own. But y'all, our own turned out way better than what came in the tub. To make our own, we just took some heavy whipping cream and blended it until it was fluffy and delicious. To make it sweet, you would just add some sugar, but by itself, it tasted so rich and delicious. It kind of balanced out the sweetness of the cookies and chocolate syrup. Okay, so Bunky's whipped cream actually worked. It looks so good. We'll go ahead and layer this on top. Oh my gosh, Bunky, it's so fluffy. And it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Dang, look at you, chef.
I'll hold it down.
Okay, so this is what kind of like the layers look like. I'm gonna go ahead and top this top layer with the syrup and toffee bites. Okay, so after this chocolate syrup goes on, you can top it with whatever you'd like, whether that be Snickers, bars, Oreos, nuts, you name it, the possibilities are endless. You just put it in the fridge to sit up and keep cool, and y'all, that's it. It's so simple and so delicious. Okay, bacon and cheese bites are out of the oven, and this is what they look like. Y'all, I promise you, you will be the star of your next party if you make these things. Don't you touch them. Look at all of this delicious food. Y'all, we had so much to choose from, and by the end of it, we were stuffed. But I guess that is the perks of having great friends that are amazing cooks. It was such a great 4th, and I really hope you guys had a great one as well. Okay, y'all, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you make any of these recipes, leave me a comment and let me know how you like them. I promise they are so simple and so delicious. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe before you guys leave. I hope you had a great July 4th. I hope you're having a great summer and a great week. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.